guys, welcome back to my channel. So I just finished watching episode 3 of Gen V. My reaction will be under my YouTube memberships. If you are new here, first of all, Happy New Year. This is my, well, I'm going back into Gen V. But anyway, for those of you who are new here, Happy New Year. I have YouTube memberships. If you are new here, make sure you are subscribed. I've got 2 levels of memberships that you can sign up for. Level 1 is for $2.99 and you get priority replies from me, special polls, and live streams. And I didn't do live streams last year, but I'm going to start doing them this year for members only. Level 2 is for $4.99 and you get everything that level 1 has, plus you get all of my reactions to all of the shows that I watch, such as Gen V, any movies that I may watch, and all of my uncut Try Not to Laughs. So make sure you sign up for that. And for those of you who are already members, welcome back and thank you. Now, this was gross, but I didn't expect anything less. So, Andre and Marie seem to know about the lab, or I guess this whatever place that they have underground, and they know that Sam is in there. Sam is Luke's brother. Now Luke tried to I guess be there for him, save him. Unfortunately, we all saw what happened with Luke in the very beginning of the season. So it shows Luke. It starts off with Luke seeing his brother in this cell of a sort, and he's trying to calm him down. And this happened a couple of years before. He obviously, you know. So he was in there. Sam was, you know, just having a whole tantrum, a whole fit. Luke went down there with Kate and tried to calm him down. They were all about to shoot him with what looks like tranquilizers or tasers or something. And Sam was losing his marbles because he just found out that he was doped up with Compound V. And he asked Luke if he knew. Luke told him no. He lied to him. He didn't know anything about it. So Luke finally calmed him down, but then one of the officers shot him with this dart thing anyway. Sam, now in the beginning when you see Sam, he's literally punching dents into the walls and everything. Like, this dude is super powerful. Super powerful. So he ends up calming him down, but then he gets shot with his dart. So Sam turns around and punches the officer so hard that his fist comes out of his mouth. That was absolutely gross. And if you want to see my reaction to that, you have got to become a member so you guys can go over there and check that out. That was just the beginning. That was just the beginning of the episode. So anyway, not to keep this too long because I'm going to try to make these as short as possible. So, once, I think that Sam doesn't understand how powerful he is. He hurts people. He doesn't mean to, but he does. So that happened. And while his back was turned, Kate went and told him, you know, you look like you want to go to sleep. And he goes to sleep. Like, she just basically saves him at that point before he starts going crazy. And in the midst of that, he ends up throwing Luke across the wall too, just to get him out of the way. So that's how that happened. So see, at this point, it shows Luke knowing about this lab. Now, I initially didn't think that he knew when he was alive. And now seeing this happening a couple of years ago, I don't know if I'm like missing something, but before, when he was alive, before all this stuff happened, it seems like he had just found out about this lab because he was trying to figure out what was going on with Sam. as if he didn't know that Sam was alive. But a couple of years back, he did know because he went down there to calm him down and Kate was with him. So I don't know how long he knew about it, or maybe he was just hiding it, but he didn't know the extent of what they were doing to his brother. I don't know. But anyway, um so Kate knows about it. Kate knew about it. Andre now knows about it. I think Marie knows about it. Emma doesn't know about it at this point. But anyway, so then we switch off. Marie is having um breakfast or something with the dean. Now, from the jump, I don't have good vibes about this dean. This dean is up to something. I feel like she's almost like what's her name from The Boys, the one who was dealing with Homelander. What the heck was her name? Madeline. Was it Madeline? Is that her name? She kind of gives me that vibe, but not so much because I still don't understand what she's up to. But she clearly has something with, she has some type of plan up her sleeve when it comes to Marie. So she's like telling her that she wants to take her to this memorial gala or whatever. And she's kind of giving her like this eye, like, you know, at the end of them having breakfast or whatever. So anyway, so she wants to show her off. So that happens. In the midst of that, her and Emma, Marie and Emma get into this little argument because Emma finally explains to Marie what the process is of her getting small. And Marie is not okay with it. Marie just feels like it's just so messed up. But Emma's just like, it is what it is. Then they get into this little, you know, tension type thing or whatever. And they're not really speaking. Emma's mom shows up. Emma's mom seems like this rich, I don't know, this rich mom who's trying to just, you know, keep her daughter in line or whatever. So she's sitting down talking with her daughter and she's asking her about her height and all this other stuff. And she's telling her, she told her something. I don't know if she was talking to her about the gala or something like that, but she's there for the gala. So this is a whole memorial gala. The parents are coming in. And of course we see everyone's parents, obviously minus Marie and Kate, so far in this episode. So now we see Jordan. Then it cuts over to Jordan. Jordan is in his and her's room. I'm gonna say his and her because they shift. So now Jordan is his girl version, and she's in there having sex with this dude, and she's having a conversation. All of a sudden, for a second she was like, hold on, I'm about to, you know what, and she's like, okay, and she keeps talking, and it's almost like there was no reaction, no nothing. I thought that was really funny. It's almost like she kind of was just thinking about it, like, okay. So, and I'm like, that was it. That was the super funny. And apparently the dude that she was doing it with can walk through walls or something. Her parents show up. So I guess he didn't want his parents to see that he was living both lives. So she was like hiding everything girly in the room before she let her parents in. And then she also switched over to Jordan, the guy. So there's that. So now we're at the memorial gala. Now Emma's mom is sitting with her mom, and she ends up introducing her to some producer who used to work with Vault or is still working with Vault, but she has some type of reality show that she wants Emma to be part of, and she basically wants to exploit her. And Emma's kind of looking at her and then looking at her mom like, you really trying to exploit me? And she's basically telling her, like, I basically want you to put all of your business out there. The very thing that is bothering Emma right now, the very thing that she is fighting off right now is what this woman wants her to do in the reality TV show. And her mom is basically telling her, and this is just me paraphrasing, you need to just forget about all that and get this money type of thing, right? So Emma excuses herself. She's outside smoking something. Jordan sees her walking out. I mean, not Jordan. Andre sees her walking out. Now Andre is with his father. Now his father's really upset because he feels like his son messed up. He should be the one getting, the top spot for this gala and everything. But, he's really unhappy with his son, so it just didn't happen. So anyway, so um so Emma and Andre are talking, and Andre basically lets Emma know, this is what's going on. I'm trying to save Sam's brother, but I can't do it. I need you to do it because you can get small enough to get in there. So she's bugging out because she's just like, no freaking way. But she was like, I'm down. I'm down. I'm down. I'm down. So they're going to plan on doing that, right? So, and then Jordan has his situation with his parents talking to this guy who he was trying to impress, and he gets turned down. And then they're having their moment. Is basically, it's a moment where Jordan faces the fact, and his dad faces the fact, that he can't accept that he turns into a girl. Basically, he's just like, you can be a boy whenever you want for the rest of your life, and that's not what Jordan wants to do. Clearly, this is just who Jordan is, and Jordan's like, look, I've never changed who I am. I'm the same person that I grew up being to you, type of thing. So there was that, and that was very uncomfortable. So Jordan walks away. Emma shows up to the gala, which I don't know if she just wasn't supposed to be there, or why she's there, or why she wouldn't be there. I'm not quite sure what the disconnect is with that. But at this point, Andre sees her, but then he goes off to basically make sure that Emma gets to Sam. So she finally gets to Sam. Sam traps her with a cup. At one point, he is like, he's thinking that Emma's not real. So then he begins to give her like this test about things that she obviously wouldn't know, because she didn't even know who Sam was. And he's just like, oh shoot, you really are real. Now, just to backtrack, Andre is keeping some type of tracker on Emma to make sure that she's in and out of there. But when he sees that she's not coming out, he turns to leave, and his father's just like, where are you going? What did I do to you? Like, why are you acting like I did something to you? So basically, he proceeds to tell his dad the truth, but then his dad stops him from talking and tells him, don't say another word to anybody about this or you're going to get yourself killed. So his dad knows about this lab. And he is super shocked to know that his father knows about this. And that's not sitting well with Andre at all. So now we see Emma and Sam having like this sweet, friendly conversation back and forth. The bad thing about this is that in order to get Sam to basically calm down and believe her, she told him that Luke sent her. So he doesn't even know that his brother is gone. And that, I'm pretty sure, is going to become a problem later on. I'm almost positive. So anyway, alarms start going off after a while. So basically, they know that she's there, but they can't find her. They don't see her. Now, before this, Marie is trying to leave the gala. She gets caught up with Jordan and Emma, and they're all kind of just basically telling their story, except for Jordan. Jordan really didn't say much, but, they're always getting on Marie because she sticks out and everybody loves her and everything. So she's always getting picked on. And she finally told Jordan, who's the one who picks on her, what her backstory is. And so at first, Jordan thought that she was joking, but then, she realized that she was telling the truth. So Kate pulls up a chair for her to sit down, and then Kate starts to talk about her story. And her thing was, she found out she had her powers because one day her brother was bothering her, and she ended up grabbing her brother's arm and telling her, I want you to go away and never come back. And that's what happened. And so since then, her parents were afraid to touch her. And she's basically telling Marie, like, don't have any sympathy for your parents because they're the ones that did this to us. They're the ones who doped us up with Compound V. So after all of that, Emma's trying to get out of this cell because now they're electrocuting Sam. So he tries to tell her, as soon as they use the electricity, just run. And they, I guess the floor that he's standing on, they electrocute just to get him down, which is why when you see his feet look like they're burned, like not charcoal burned, but like they're smoky burned, like he's been walking on smoke. So she's watching this and she's like, oh my God. And the guard comes in and electrocutes him, and he falls on the floor, and this guard is like searching for her because they know that she's there. How they found out, I don't know, but they're looking for her. And then all of a sudden he electrocutes him again when he tries to get up, and before you know it, Emma is running and jumps up to get on top of this guard. She literally, this is gross, she literally starts crawling into his ear. This chick is crawling into his ear and literally crawls from one side of his head to the other. And it is the grossest thing. I literally gagged. Like, you guys have got to see my reaction. And all of a sudden you see like his ear is bleeding, his eyes are bleeding over, and then he falls on the floor, and you can see his earpiece moving because she's trying to crawl out of his ear, and it was absolutely gross. And she's covered in blood. And then she looks up and there's two more. She's like, oh my gosh. I don't know how she's going to get out of his ear. I don't know how she's going to get away. I don't even know if they know what she looks like, or if they even know how small she is. But the kicker was this, is that Sam knows the codes to all of the security doors. So I'm sitting here like, has he ever tried to get out? Like, if he knows the codes to all of the security doors, why wouldn't he himself try to get out? That's wild to me. I was like, wait, what? So he was going to give her the codes to all the doors, and that's when the sirens went off. So I don't know, but that's kind of where it ended. So we have to see what happens next. I can't wait. I want to come back tomorrow and find out what happens in episode 4. But anyway, leave your comments down below. Let me know if you watched Gen V, if you saw episode 3, what you guys think. Let me know if you enjoyed my review. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel, hit like, share, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you guys can get notified whenever I pop up on your feed. I'll see you guys later. Toodles!